All right, welcome into Porchcast Pottstown. We are live with news and updates for today, April 28th, 2022. Right now, I'm streaming live on Matt Green at Glocker Real Estate and Porchcast Pottstown on YouTube. Remember, folks, we're still looking for those subscribers over at YouTube. YouTube's the much better platform if you're going to watch the show later on. The episodes are up there. They're easy to search. They're easy to find. Thanks for tuning in to Porchcast Pottstown tonight for live news and updates with Matt. Those of you who are regular watchers to the show will notice that Amy is not with me tonight. I think she's made it pretty public on her Facebook page that she's suffering from the Rona. However, I've spoken with her and text a message with her over the past couple of days, and her case of the Rona is rather mild. In fact, she thought her allergies were bothering her. So tonight, since I'm manning the command systems by myself, we're going to do news and updates. I kind of felt a little bit of a responsibility to start working and start broadcasting some of the news that we had promised to bring to people over the past couple of weeks. There's a lot of news and events going on specifically this weekend, and we've talked to a lot of community organizations, including Hobart's Run, Pottstown Community Action, Veterans Island Project, and they all have events that they would like to share with people. So I figured since I felt like I had an obligation to do that. Let me get the overlay down so that those of you who want to see me can see me. Hello. I'm up at the conference room at Glocker Real Estate at the corner of 73 and 100, 900 East Philadelphia Avenue. Thanks for tuning in. Roscoe G. Thanks for tuning in. Elizabeth Harper. Thanks for tuning in. Kelly Wolfel. Thanks for tuning in. The chat feature is open. I have the chat up on the screen tonight so everybody can see the chats as they're coming in. Remember to let me know that you are watching. Add your comments to the show. This is a class participated. Class participation is greatly appreciated. You will be graded on your class participation. Hi, Judy Green. Judy Green, the executive producer, is now tuned in to the show. People, grab your notepads and your pens. I'm going to be giving out a lot of information. I know some people are more or less tech savvy than others. If you are less tech savvy, you might want to go back to the good old fashioned pen and paper and write down some of the information that I'm going to be sharing. There's plenty of stuff to do. And some of the information that I'm going to be sharing with everybody tonight is time sensitive. So you might want to write it down to remind yourself to take action sooner than later. Once again, thanks for everybody to tuning in for Porchcast Pottstown tonight. Going to have live news and updates for the activities coming into this weekend, the 29th, 30th, and 1st of May. So we have some people watching. Thanks for tuning in. Grab your pen and paper, and I'm going to get started, start chewing into what's going on. I took a little bit of time today, and I put some captions up on the screen. So I won't be able to put a whole lot of stuff up in the chat today because I'm going to be concentrating on getting the news out. So what I did was I put a bunch of stuff up on the screen so that people can see in the captions how to get in touch with some of these organizations that have things going on over the weekend. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Like I said before, the chat function is open. Please let me know that you're watching. If you have something to add to the news, please do so in the chat section. Remember, we are still looking for subscribers over on the YouTube channel. We're up to 156 subscribers. Like to see a little bit more. And I do have a prize for that 150th subscriber. Once we come back with a regular show, I will announce who that person is and tell them what they won. Amy Wolf, thanks for tuning in. But remember to subscribe on YouTube. All right, first up, let's talk about what is going on with Pottstown Community Action. Pottstown Community Action is very easy to find on Facebook. They're a Facebook group. You can also find them on the World Wide Web at pottstowncommunityaction.org. Pottstown Community Action currently has the Love Your Block grant program going on. Pottstown Community Action is a volunteer group created through the neighborhood revitalization efforts of Habitat for Humanity of Montgomery and Delaware counties and other community partners. Pottstown Community Action will award Love Your Block mini grants with funding from the Pottstown Area Health and Wellness Foundation as well as partners Genesis Housing Corporation, Hobart's Run, and in addition to the regional chapter of Habitat. So it's Habitat. Pottstown Community Action was formed to carry on the work for Habitat for Humanity in the community. So Pottstown Community Action is made up of members of the community. So your neighbors, other Pottstonians. Grant applications must be submitted by April 30th. So that's going to be Saturday. You can find more out about the grant by going to pottstowncommunityaction.org. I'm going to put that up on the screen. Write that down. If you Google pottstowncommunityaction.org, you're going to go to their website. You can download a copy of the grant there. During this Love Your Block pilot year, applications from boroughs wards 1, 2, and 3 will receive priority. However, if you live outside of the wards 1, 2, or 3 and want to participate in this grant program, you should still put in an application. Projects may include revitalization of buildings, improving vacant lots, fostering cleanups. Other examples might include porch lighting improvements, murals, landscaping, repair, and repainting of a row of porches. They're trying to get projects together that are going to impact an entire block or an entire neighborhood. Grants will range from $250 to $1,500 depending on the scope of the project and which must be designed to remove blight, improve quality of life, and foster community engagement. So the mini grants are ranging $250 to $150 depending on the scope of work. You're going to want to contact the folks over at Pottstown Community Action, Tamara Charles, Jamie Sanchez. They were on the show. You can go back to our episode on YouTube at Porchcast Pottstown and see the show that we did with them. Love Your Block grant program. You want to apply for that at pottstowncommunityaction.org. You can also contact Pottstown Community Action at pottstowncommunityaction@gmail.com. Pottstown Community Action at gmail.com. People should really take advantage of this program. I mean, it's free money. You can help your neighborhood. You can start helping to directly impact the revitalization of Pottstown on your street, on your block, at your house. Remember, folks, if the money's not used, it sends the funders a message that it's not needed. And I think we could probably all agree that that money is needed in the community. Just going to check in. I see that there's a few more people saying hello. Angela Horvat. Let's see. Thanks for tuning in. Angela, thank you. Shared, liked, and subscribed, she is saying. Thanks for doing that for us. It is much appreciated. That's the way that you out there watchers can help spread the word, by liking, sharing, and commenting. All right, so next up, we've been talking about this event a lot. Hobart's Run and Edgewood Cemetery. So Edgewood Cemetery is hosting the third annual art fair and cleanup at Edgewood Cemetery Saturday, April 30th. Edgewood Cemetery is located at 989 East High Street, Pottstown. They're going to have an art fair and a raffle. That's going from 10 to 3. The cleanup portion of the event starts at 9 o'clock. From 9 to 1, you can help clean up. Remember that the the Edgewood Cemetery is maintained by the community. It is an abandoned cemetery, and it is up to us, Pottstonians and Porchtonians, to take care of it, because if we don't, no one else will. So once again, the Edgewood Cemetery's third annual art fair and cleanup. They're calling it Eddie Edgewood's third annual art fair and cleanup starts Saturday, April 30th at the Edgewood Cemetery, 989 East High Street. Art fair and raffle 10 to 3, cleanup 9 to 1. Vendors can go to givebutter.com, Eddie Edgewood's Art Fair. And I got a caption for that, and I'm going to put that up on the screen. I don't know if you can register to be a vendor anymore, but they're saying there's going to be over 40 vendors and crafters. I just put that up onto the screen. Edgewood Cemetery Art Fair and Cleanup is tomorrow, Saturday. From 10 to 3 is the art fair. From 9 to 1 is the cleanup. We've had Bronwyn DiMasso on the show before. And again, if you go back to the YouTube channel, you can find when she joined us, I think that was last year or the year before, to tell us all about the cemetery cleanup. It says here, we've grown to 40 plus artisans, vendors. They've got pottery, jewelry, painting, textiles, wood, you name it. I went back and looked at some of the pictures from last year. They had a bunch of different interesting artisans, people making everything from knives to chainmail to jewelry, all kinds of interesting stuff. And remember, no one is going to help us clean up Edgewood Cemetery. So we've got to pull together as a community and get that done. If you're in the mood for cleanups on Saturday, Mike Murphy, who is our veterans liaison here on Porchcast Pottstown, let us know that the Korean War Memorial cleanup is also this Saturday, April 30th. They've changed the time so that you could participate in both the Edgewood Cemetery cleanup and art show and the Korean War Memorial. So you'd be all warmed up from arting and cleaning up, and then you can head over to Veterans Island, which is down at Memorial Park. They're going to start their cleanup at 1:30. That's brought to you by the Veterans Island Project, who's working to rehabilitate and develop the veterans memorials for our local veterans down at Memorial Park. I have some information for them that I'm putting up on the screen. Veterans Island Project. They can be contacted by email, Kathy@veteransislandproject.org. Kathy@veteransislandproject.org. Their phone number is 610-587-6556. I found all that information by going to their Facebook page, which can be found by searching Veterans Island Project. Korean War Memorial Cleanup starts this Saturday, April 30th at 1:30. That information was brought to you by Chief Warrant Officer retired Michael Murphy. As if you might not have enough stuff to do, I'm going to give you a couple of more suggestions. Also, starting on Saturday, and if I say tomorrow it's Saturday, it's because in my mind it's already Friday because I got a bunch of stuff to do. So let me correct that before you have to in the chat. Also on Saturday, it's the powwow. The powwow on the Manatawny Creek. It's the 8th annual powwow on Manatawny Creek. The gates open at 10 a.m. with the grand entry at noon each day. So it's going to be Saturday and Sunday, Saturday, April 30th, and Sunday, May 1st, the 8th annual powwow on Manatawny Creek. The gates are going to be open at 10 o'clock with grand entry at noon each day. I went there last year with my friend Jeanette and my girlfriend Chris Golden. We walked around. They had craft tables. They had food vendors. They had dancers. They had drummers. They had drum circles. I took part in the grand entry by watching and being a participant in that way. I found the entire event to be very moving. I found it to be very spiritually moving once the singers and the drummers started going and they danced their way into the circle during the grand entry. If you've never been to a powwow or are interested about it, I would highly suggest that you go and check it out. It's a very unique event, and we should be honored that we have one here in the borough of Pottstown. This is a celebration of the historic heritage and contributions that Native Americans have had in this region. It also intends to help fund the preservation of a Native American burial site located at the intersection of Franklin Street and Industrial Highway. Ron Williams is a Pottstonian. He's a Porchtonian. He's a contributor to society. We've had Ron on the show in the past to talk about the powwow. You can go to our YouTube channel, Porchcast Pottstown, and see our interview with Ron Williams, where he talked about the powwow and gave some information and some background on the development of the powwow. They want you to bring your own camping chairs to the event. They're going to have Native American dance exhibitions and crafts, Native American crafts and displays, food. Children are welcome. And I would imagine that they're going to have the drum circles and the singers again. If the drum circles and the singers don't move yet, I don't know what will. The powwow is being hosted by Reflections of Turtle Island, which is the intertribal community of Pottstown. Reflections of Turtle Island, intertribal community of Pottstown. I will put their caption up on the screen so that you see that. I see some new chats coming in, so let me take a little bit of break and see who is chatting it up. Paula Bickelman is saying hello. Chris Daly, thanks for tuning in. Gypsy Chris says hello. Mike Murphy. Mike Murphy is saying, big weekend in Pottstown. Powwow, Edgewood Cemetery event and cleanup at Veterans Island Project and Memorial Park cleanup projects. That is correct, Chief Murphy. There's a lot going on. Thanks for saying hello. Thanks for participating in the show. I'm going to go back over and put that powwow on Manatawny Creek caption up. Powwow on Manatawny Creek. I found that by searching that on Facebook, and they can be contacted at NA Heritage Circle, NA Heritage Circle at Comcast.net, 610-327-1838, 610-327-1838. That's Powwow on Manatawny Creek, April 30th and March 1st down at Memorial. No, that's going to be at Riverfront Park. Excuse me. That's going to be at Riverfront Park, April 30th and May 1st. Starts at 10 o'clock with grand entry at noon each day. Bunch of stuff going on downtown. I printed out some things for the weekend. So if you have enough energy after cleaning up Memorial Park, after cleaning up Edgewood Cemetery, after participating in the powwow, if you still have some energy left, tonight, Thursday night, April 28th at 7:30 at Rivet, 238 East High Street, they're going to have a comedy show. A Rivet Monthly Comedy Series presents Sean Harvey, Aldo Mariclane, Lamar Todd, and Peggy O'Leary will be performing their comedy sets Thursday, April 28th at 7:30, 238 East High Street. That's Rivet. I found this advertisement by searching Rivet Canteen and Assembly on Facebook. Friday, Blitz Dinette, April 29th at 7 o'clock, 238 East High Street, Blitz Dinette. It looks like they're a band, maybe some kind of musical ensemble. Tickets are $10 in advance, $15 a day of the show. You can get tickets at visitrivet.com. Visitrivet.com. Rivet is RIVET. Looks like the tickets for the comedy show are $15 in advance, $20 day of the event, and the comedy show starts at 7:30. So I'm going to be checking off early tonight, probably, so you'll have plenty of time to go get your tickets and head on down to Rivet for a little bit of comedy. You can go see Blitz Dinette Friday, April 29th. If anybody out there listening knows what Blitz Dinette is, please put that up into the chat box. 238 East High Street at Rivet. Here's something that Joe Cerisi was talking about when he came on the show last week. And as far as that's concerned, too, I did have to apologize for Paul Friel. Paul Friel was supposed to come in with us tonight, and he realized that he had an out-of-town engagement. I'm sure he's hot and heavy on the campaign trail, and he couldn't make it with us tonight. So he sends his regards. We're going to try to get him back on the show in May. But when Joe Cerisi was here, people calling me during the show. That's funny. That guy knows better, too. Anyway, when Joe Cerisi was on the show, he talked about the Amtrak bus. So coming in May, Amtrak Thruway bus services, Reading, Pottstown, and Philadelphia. Coming next month on May, they're going to have a bus. It's a luxury bus. Looks like comfy seats. It's got a bathroom, everything else. And that's going to provide throughway commuting service between Reading, Pottstown, and Philadelphia. I found this information on Pottstown Area in Economic Development. That's paid. They've changed their name a little bit. Pottstown Area Economic Development. I went on their Facebook page today, and this information and flyer came on about the bus coming on. So that's going to start at May. As Joe was explaining to us last week, that really is going to set up the ability to have a discussion about bringing the commuter train back. Obviously, Amtrak is engaged in these conversations, and clearly they want to participate in helping with this commuter issue. So this is a first step in the process. I think as soon as I can find out when it starts, I might just ride it just for the heck of it. But that's the coming in May Amway through bus service. Okay, Gypsy Chris, thank you for helping us out. Gypsy Chris is saying Blitz Dinette is a soul band, nothing more, nothing less, formed in the late 80s as a 5-piece unit to showcase original material by some current and former members. The band began to hit its stride as a performance vehicle and added horns in the early 90s. Blitz has recorded 3 studio albums. The band is unique because commercial success was not the initial goal. This is an 8-piece band with one focus: play the songs they want to play as well as they can play them. So go check them out down at Rivet Canteen and Assembly. They're going to be there on Friday night, April 29th at 7 o'clock, $10 in advance, $15 day of show. Tickets at visitrivet.com. Rivet is RIVET. Thanks for putting that information up in the chat, Gypsy Chris. Paula Bickelman, thanks for participating in the chat. We appreciate that on Porchcast Pottstown. That really is the way that you can help us get the word out. The analytics on Facebook and both YouTube are looking for popular videos to show people. The way they judge popularity is by the amount of watches and also by the amount of interactions that any visit gets or any video gets. So if you like it, if you share it on your news feed, if you comment on it, if you hit that like button or that heart button, it tells Facebook that we've got a popular show, and then it wants to share the show with more people. And that's how we as Porchtonians can help share the word about all this great stuff that's going on in our neighborhoods. Oh, let's see what else we got here. I got a bunch of other news and stuff, but I do want to put up some other captions. So a little bit ago, we started teaming up with the folks from Eye on Pottstown in order to bring you ongoing reports on various topics as they impact the community. We started off a series of conversations on crime with Chief Mick Markovich. You can see his episode if you go to our YouTube channel, and you'll see the interview that we did with Chief Markovich. As part of that process, we're opening up ourselves for questions, comments, and critique. If there is something that you want to tell us at Porchcast Pottstown, or if there's something you want to tell us over at Eye on Pottstown, one of the ways you can get us that information is by emailing us at pottstownreports@gmail.com. We're open to questions, comments, critique, suggestions for shows. If you want to get on the show, if you are a Pottstonian, if you own a business in Pottstown, if you are part of a nonprofit or an organization in Pottstown and you want us to help you spread the word, email us at pottstownreports@gmail.com. Here's a little interesting tidbit of information. I also found this on the Pottstown Area Economic Development Facebook page. Pottstown Area Economic Development paid. May 1st through the 7th is Pennsylvania Small Business Week. Did you know shopping at small businesses is good for our community? 48 out of every $100 spent goes back into the local economy versus only $14 when shopping at a big box store. I'll repeat that. $48 of every $100 spent goes back into the local community when you shop at a local small business. Only $14 of those go back into the community when you go to a big box store. So the Walmarts, the Home Depots, the Lowe's, the Targets. You're only putting $14 back into the local community. If you go to one of the shops down on High Street or one of the restaurants down on High Street, you can go back to our Christmas show. Amy did a great job telling people all the great stuff down in downtown Pottstown. Check that show out and then go spend $100 downtown, almost half of your money. I'm using Porchcast math here. 48 out of $100 spent locally will stay in the local economy. You can support local businesses by shopping local, dining out. You can leave a review. Go onto their Facebook page or their Yelp page or their Google Maps page. Leave a review about that business. Talk about the things that you liked about it. Be positive. And then you can like and share their social posts, just like we want you to like and share the social posts here on Porchcast Pottstown. Do the same thing for a local business that you like. If you're down at the pub tonight having a beer, you're going to JJ Radigan's, you're over at the Blue Elephant, share a post from their social media while you're sitting there at the bar or at your table looking at your phone, because you're probably doing that anyway. Share a post, like a post. Go on their Facebook page, go on their Google Maps page, and leave a review about that business. And rest assured that almost half of the money you're going to spend stays in the local economy. I talk about this a lot on the other show that I host, the Cast at Glocker. These local businesses, they're the ones that support your nephew's Little League team. They're the ones that support the stadium. They're the ones that gave money to the Rotary or to the Pottstown cluster in order to work on a community project. They're the ones that are sponsoring the bricks over at Veterans Island Project. So support the local businesses, because in one way, shape, or form, they are supporting you. Our communities would be nothing without a backbone, and that backbone is oftentimes made up of local business people. Let's see what else is going on here. Next thing up, and if Kathy Skitko's in the chat or watching, I'm sure she's going to start getting active. Joe Rusevich, hello, how are you? Yeah, buy gift cards locally for moms and dads, right? Moms, dads, and grads. Now's the time for that. That's a great idea, Joe Rusevich. Go to one of these local shops and buy somebody a gift card. Barrister's Bagels. Just throw up some ideas into the chat box of some of the local businesses here in Pottstown. If you go over to Pottstown Revitalization page, Jamie Sanchez has done a lot of work to highlight local businesses on the Pottstown Revitalization Facebook page. Go to Facebook, type in Pottstown Revitalization. If you're not a part of that group, join that group. Jamie Sanchez has done a lot of work letting people know about the different businesses within the borough of Pottstown that you can support next week, May 1st to the 7th, for Pennsylvania Small Business Week. Here's something that's coming on a little bit later down the pike. Do you want to help improve your neighborhood? One of the ways you can do that is by applying for the Love Your Block grant, which deadlines this Saturday. But you can also join Hobart's Run for their neighborhood summit on May 14th from 9 to 1 p.m. That's going to be at Mount Olive Church. That's at 240 Mincer Street. Mincer Street, that's at the corner of Jackson and Mincer, across the street from Brookside Golf Course, right next to the Far Fields. Hobart's Run's Neighborhood Summit is May 14th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. This is a free, capitalized, and bold event, which will cover topics including affordable housing, facade improvements, safety, beautification, and small business support. Hobart's Run has given away tens of thousands of dollars to local residents and to small businesses in the form of grants. Enjoy a complimentary lunch and take home a porch decoration. You can contact Twyla at hobartsrun.org. Twyla, Twila, at hobartsrun.org. If you have more questions, they have a link to register, but it's got a bunch of different stuff in it. It's not easy to say. What I would tell people to do is do what I did today, which is go onto Facebook and type in Hobart's Run, and it's going to take you right to their page, and there's plenty of information about the Neighborhood Summit, which is another way that you can get involved in the revitalization that's currently underway in the borough of Pottstown. Masks are required for this event. The host, which is Mount Olive Church, is asking people to wear masks when you come to the event May 14th, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. That's the folks over at Hobart's Run, Kathy Skitko, Twyla Fisher, and Stephanie Trauner. You can get in touch with them by contacting Twyla at hobartsrun.org. That would be an email address. Let's see, what else do we have going on here? I was given this information by Hannah Davis, by way of Hannah Davis from Paul Winterbottom. Paul Winterbottom is the personal trainer who works out over at the Ricketts Center. Every Tuesday and Thursday, starting April 26th from 7 to 8 p.m. at the Pottstown High School Stadium, Paul is running a free community and family boot camp. Free community and family boot camp every Tuesday and Thursday, starting April 26th from 7 to 8. All ages and fitness levels are welcome to come. So if you are needing some help getting your beach body back, go hang out with Paul Winterbottom every Tuesday and Thursday from 7 to 8 at the Pottstown High School Stadium. Free workout class with a certified personal trainer. Once again, free. Let's see what else is going on. There's a couple more things coming down the pike. And let me just get to this one. This is kind of going into June, and I'm going to go out on this one. The Youth Grow CSA. So this is a free organic produce share program for the Tri-County area. It's being sponsored by Pottstown Hospital and Tower Health, Green Allies. Participants will be able to pick up produce bi-weekly from June through September. There's going to be several locations around town. Those that are interested can contact Casey contact Casey at 610-327-7035. I have to cough. Casey is the contact. I can't pronounce her or his last name. 610-327-7035. My allergies are getting the best of me, and I've been talking now straight for about a half an hour. So thank you for everybody for tuning in to Porchcast Pottstown. We will be back shortly. We'll post an announcement on Facebook when our next show is going to be. Don't forget, we're on a lot of Thursdays at 6 o'clock. Holy smokes, it's allergy season, folks. Remember to take your allergy. Plenty of stuff to do this weekend. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to put another graphic up on the screen while I try to clear my throat in order to do the outro. Don't forget, you can contact us here on Porchcast Pottstown by going to Pottstown Reports at gmail.com. Thank you, Amy. I could use a beer or even a cold water would work right now. Went over a lot of stuff. Hopefully, lived up to our promise to help out our community partners, spreading the word about everything that's going on in the community. Don't forget to like and share. Joe Rusevich is saying Grumpy's is doing a Mother's Day brunch at Manatawny Steelworks. You might want to try to get registered for that. Some of those Grumpy's events get pretty popular. So you can go to Grumpy's. They have a Facebook page, Grumpy's Sandwich Shop. They're on High Street, almost right across the street from Borough Hall. Thanks for putting that up in the chat. Looks like Amy Wolf is saying that Wheels in Motion does card detailing. You can get gift certificates there. Amy did a great job over Christmas time of bringing a long list of all the shops and restaurants and services that are available on High Street. If you're looking for a way to support local during Pennsylvania Small Business Week, go back and watch that show on our YouTube channel, Porchcast Pottstown. And it's almost an hour and a half of Amy giving you suggestions on how you can support our local businesses and our local economy here in Pottstown. Since Paula and Rob Bickelman are watching, I just want to give a shout out to Find Solutions Properties. I was with Paula yesterday or the day before. We looked at 3 new properties that they're going to be rehabbing and bringing on the market over the next couple of weeks. So keep your eyes posted to Find Solutions Properties, and you will see some of the residential rehabilitation that is going on in the borough of Pottstown by some of Pottstown's leaders in that industry. Find Solutions Properties. All right. I'm going to log out. I think I've covered the news. Hopefully, I gave you a lot of information, a lot of things to think about. And I unfortunately won't be here this weekend to participate in any of it. I'm going to help out a friend with his trout fishing derby. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to go helping a friend that needs a little help up in north central Pennsylvania, Pottstonian. When your Pottstown friends call you for some help, you should try to go. This has been the latest edition of Porchcast Pottstown. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I am Matt Green. I am your local real estate expert. Please contact me when you need help selling or buying residential and commercial real estate in Berks, Chester, and Montgomery counties. Amy Wolf, who is recovering from the Rona at home, is the business manager at Wolf Baldwin and Associates, bringing you fine legal service in the borough of Pottstown since 1973. We are Porchcast. This show would be nothing without the help and support of all the Porchtonians. Thank you for watching. Let's talk soon.